Hey YouTube, so I'm Maxine and I'm going to be doing a review for Lush's Caca Rouge hair dye, henna hair dye, and I was just going to start with pros and cons of the product. Pros are I got great hair color, it made my hair really silky and soft, and it nearly cured my split ends and dry hair, you know. Cons though, it smelled awful. It looked like poop, and when I rinsed out the Caca Rouge, there was so much debris, it looked like I ran through a tornado. The color continues to rinse out of your hair for the next 3 days or so, like in little red droplets, and it got all over my towels. So if you have white towels, I suggest buying some black ones or washing them at least once a day. And it was very, very messy. Put newspaper all over the floor and it just got everywhere, but it doesn't stain as long as you wipe it up at least a minute after. Things you'll need: you need at least a friend or a parent to help you with this because it's really messy and you're gonna need all the help you can get. You'll need lots of rubber gloves and newspaper, dark colored towels to wrap around your shoulders mostly, but you can also use them after when you're showering and stuff. Clothes that you can get henna on them that you don't really care about, a glass bowl, a spoon, plastic wrap. You need lots of plastic wrap because if you want a richer color, if you're using the Caca Rouge, then you want to wrap it in plastic wrap. And even if you're not going to want the rich color, if you just want a little bit of shine, and mine you can't really tell at all, it was a dark brown, and then now in the sunlight mostly it's a red, but even if you don't want the really rich color, then you should still put your hair in plastic wrap. Just leave it in less time because you don't want the henna dripping all over you, and frankly it smells really bad. So you're going to need a kitchen knife to cut the little blocks, and unfortunately I don't have the actual block with me, but I'll be putting a picture in so you can see that. It's said to use a cheese grater to grate the little bar that it comes in. It's like a bar that's like this big, to grate that into like a little powder kind of thing. It's not powder, but it's like a big block. You'll know if you go to the store and buy it. And then I just didn't have the patience to use the cheese grater because it would take a really long time. So I used a hammer. So if you have a hammer, I suggest just pounding the blocks. Make sure you put it in a plastic bag or a Ziploc. If you use a Ziploc, then at least triple bag it because we ripped a hole through the bag when we were using the hammer. Don't use a meat tenderizer, because if you have a plastic meat tenderizer and you're young and you just want to use it because it's available to you, ask a parent for a hammer, because I broke the plastic meat tenderizer we have and it snapped like a baby carrot. So if you have long hair, like my hair is relatively long, so if you have long hair, me and my friend, we misjudged how much we would need for my hair. We used the whole block and we didn't add enough water, so it looked like this. It should look really soupy, but have a little bit of texture to it. Not really a lot of lumps, but you want it to be able to spread across your hair if your hair is long. And if you're really unsure, like you don't want to run out, because if you start putting it in your hair, it's gonna start dying, so you need to put all the henna in your hair, you know. So I would buy 2 blocks. It's kind of expensive, but it'd be worth it if you like your color. You're gonna need a comb and a hair clip, and at the Lush store they told us to use Vaseline or their Ultra Balm that they sell. But my friend and I, we decided not to spend the extra money. We just trusted each other because my friend put the henna in my hair and I put it in her hair. And we just trusted each other that we would not get any on our skin so we wouldn't stain one another. But it's true, you don't need the Vaseline or the Ultra Balm as long as you're really careful. If you watch other videos on YouTube on the Lush henna products, then a lot of those people use the root brushes and I'll have a picture of that too if you don't know what a root brush is. To paint the henna on your roots, because you don't want to have like your natural color. Like I wouldn't want to have dark brown and then just red randomly in my hair. So you want to get your roots, you want to get all of your hair. That's why you need another person. You can't just put it in by yourself. My friend and I didn't do the strand test, which it says you should do a strand test, just so you can see if you like the color in your hair, if you've left it in long enough. But we just figured that we just go for it. We don't need to do a strand test. But I really recommend that you do if you have light blonde hair or a lighter color hair than mine and you're going for a red, because you don't want to hate your color, because it's a stain, so it won't be able to be dyed over. You have to wait at least 2 to 3 months for it to rinse out or fade away. Overall, this product was good despite the smell and the look of it and the mess. If you have time to sit around, then I would definitely suggest you do this because it's really good for your hair. But if you don't want to deal with the mess, then you should take it to the hairdresser you go to, and they could put it in for you if you pay them. Also, I had a problem with, I bought the Caca Marron first rather than the Caca Rouge because I didn't want my hair to be bright red. So I bought the Caca Marron, and that's the one we messed up on, and we didn't add enough water. It turned out really crumbly and it just fell out of my hair. It didn't do a thing. It didn't change color at all. Maybe like one strand was a little bit red. It was supposed to be a red brown, but it really wasn't. So the next day I spent another $27 and went back to the store, and I got the Caca Rouge, and it actually turned out better. So my friend was right to buy the Caca Rouge. So if you have dark hair, definitely go for the red because you want it to show up. Overall, we spent about $54, or I spent about $54 on both blocks of henna. And don't just play it safe at first. If you're spending your money on this, like your own money, not your parents or anyone else, then you definitely want to go for the darker color, or the one that will make the most difference, so you won't waste your money. And we also did face masks with this Lush Oat Fix Fresh Face Mask. It smells really good, and it looks like this. It kind of burned my face for a second. It's not supposed to do that. Maybe it was just my skin, but it's made with bananas, vanilla, oats, and it's supposed to soften and moisturize your skin. It's meant for teens, so yeah, this was the one they had at the store. They don't really get a lot of shipments in, so we had to buy this one. But it was a really good experience. It smells really nice, and I might be able to put a picture on here. So yeah, keep watching for more reviews and tutorials and more. Thanks.